All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to this part two of Konbini Shoujo Z series. So, this part two is actually a little bit more interesting to say the least because this one contains, well, of course, our next victim. Yes, according to the store manager, Mr. Store Manager, because he doesn't have a name. And I forgot to notice this part, this minor detail, but also very important. So apparently, this convenience store, I believe it's like 24/7 convenience store, is the most stolen. I think I forgot to mention this, but they be stealing the hell out of that store because he really mentions that in one of his narration or his monologues, he mentions that every time someone comes in, like they take one or two things from the store. However, what I notice from him is that he has like certain pics of like victims he can use against, because he used an idol, and in this part 2 series he used an office worker by the name of Hanakura Yashimi. I think it's Yoshimi. I can't remember the last name, but Hanakura is her name. So let's focus on that, shall we? So she is like, apparently she's like talking to him, having a conversation with him because he catches her stealing something, and he's like, okay, listen, I know what's going on, so just come clean. You know, the same old script. We know what's up. We know you steal something. Just come clean. Be honest about it. And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I gotta get out of here because I gotta get back to work. But apparently, he mentioned something to her that really struck a nerve. So he's like, well, I heard that, you having an affair with one of the bosses. And apparently, that boss is a married man. But she's like, wait, how do you know that? And he's like, well, it doesn't really take long for information to pass around, especially in my store, because the store is like it's like a little bit of Starbucks mixed with groceries, because they can sit down, have a drink, or have food, that things of that nature, right? So he's like, okay, listen, I know what's up, I know what the gist is, so might as well just give up the act and show me what you stole. She's like, no. So they're like tugging for the bag, and when he went over, he pulls the handbag, and there's like a favorite snack that she eats, and she's like, okay, I'm sorry, you know what, yeah, got me. So he's like, okay, well, listen, I'm gonna use my perseverance, my power, my law to make sure your life is fucking ruined. But she's like, listen, I will do anything. And he's like, anything, huh? Say less. So they do the deed. And afterwards, what he learns, yes, he learns that she's a virgin. She was a virgin. And now this enticed him even more, because he's like, oh, wait, this is a special treat. This was unexpected. This was unprecedented. So he's like, all right, bet. I'm going to dig her guts out and get her to the point where she's mine. So okay, as days progressed, she is like out of impulse, and she goes on to saying that she uses like this type of skill as a video game. She feels like a video game character and tries to get away, like one of those stealth spy mission type of shit, right? Type of game settings that she like steals and hopes she gets away with it. However, as days pass, she notices that she is actually flashing him. Yes, she flashes him. She looks into the camera and she flashes him. Now, here's the thing. Here's what make things extremely interesting. So he's like, okay, she comes over to his office, shows her again the clip of her stealing something, and he's like, okay, well, she comes clean. This time she comes clean. She comes clean, and she's like, you know what? I did steal it. I apologize. And she's about to walk off, and he's like, okay, well, all right, do your thing. You can leave. So she was hoping for something. She was waiting for something to happen. She was waiting to like her punishment to be expected. And she's like, she walks off all disappointed. And he's like, he can sense it. That's the thing. He can sense that shit from a mile. And he's like, okay, well, why do you seem disappointed? And she's like, well, usually you would have like do something, punish me, you know, because stealing is wrong and I could have been in jail or some shit like that. And he's like, you have a point, but I have exceptions. Well, that is it for the context, but I have to give a little bit more explanation at the end before I end this video or before we begin, because trust me, it's gonna get crazier. So anyways, that is it for the context at least. I have to provide a little bit one more detail which I missed. So anyways, without further ado, let's get right into this, and I have to give my final, well, not really my final thoughts, but my thoughts and feedback on this. So yeah, let's get right into this shit and have a few laughs at least. Well, I don't really think much of our laughter, but anyways, yeah, let's get right into this.
クレプトマニア、窃盗の緊張感と窃盗後の解放感からなる精神的起伏を快感と感知する、そんな精神障害の一種。男が経営するコンビニは万引き発生率全国トップ3入りの悪名を欲しいままにしていた。本部からの責任追及を受け、ついに男は万引き前の報復に乗り出す。
すみません、ちょっとよろしいですか？
急いでるんですけど。
花倉よしみさん、カバンの中を見せてください。レジを通していない商品入ってますよね。
お断りします。手荷物とはいえ立派なプライベートです。よく知らない男の人に見せたくないです。ドラクレアップデートされてて、失礼します。
あなた社内で孤立してるみたいですね。しかもおとなしい顔して部長と何やら。この上万引きがバレてもいいんですか？
なんでそんなことを。
いろんなお客さんが来ますからね、コンビニには。味方してくれる人があなたの社内にいればいいんですけど。
あった。よかった。新商品なんだからもっと目立つところに置いてほしいです。待ってくだ。ごめんなさい。ほんの出来心だったんです。二度とこんなことしませんから、どうか許してください。大丈夫。ぼーっとしているだけです。ただ幸せになりたいだけなのに。
幸せなんて簡単になれるわけないでしょ。
分かってます。だから悩んでるんです。
ここが気に入ったんですか？
はい、いえ。
どっちですか？
ダメです。開けないでください。
万引きした商品が入ってるからですか？はい、いえ、
違います。
どっちだ、はっきりしろ！
これは
あんたじゃないのか、このネズミみたいにコソコソしてんのは。
ごめんなさい。私ですから。怒鳴らないでください。ごめんなさい。
前回見逃してやったからまた乗り切れると踏んでるのだろう。ならば脱いでください。まだ何か隠してないか調べるだけです。
取ったものは誓って全てお返ししました。
荷物をチェックさせてください。
お断りします。プライバシーに関わるから。
じゃあ警察ですか？すぐ呼べますけど。
わかりました。
なんで嘘つくんですか。謝れば済むと思ってませんか。
だって謝る以外にどうしようも。
Alright, folks, that seems to be the end of part 2. I think I actually enjoy this one because it at least shows that there's a little bit of a twist in this and a little bit of reverse psychology. I mean, I'm no psychologist, but yeah, there's some reverse psychology here and there. And here's what makes it, I forgot to add this detail, right, in earlier on, right? I forgot to mention this, right? So when she was dismissed, she was actually explaining to him that, listen, usually if I'm dismissed from my job, I don't have a place to go. I would have usually been in jail for shoplifting, and I would have been clothed, fed, and given a place to stay. Also have water to bathe. But because of the fact that, well, you know, I have nowhere else to go, and I was hoping that I would do whatever you want. You could do whatever you want with me in exchange for food, clothing, and shelter. You know, basically take care of her, become a domesticated housewife. And he agreed, and he was like, well, it didn't really confirm nor deny because she just asked them, like, how about it? Like, you know, does this sound like a good deal to you? And you could do whatever you want with me. And that is it. It cuts off at that ending of the episode, which was a bit, you know, interesting to say the least. And yeah, the Mr. Manager himself then, well, Mr. Store Manager himself then either confirm nor deny the deal, basically. So yeah, I thought this was interesting. You know, hoping part 3 and 4 can be more interesting, because I'm not gonna lie, part 1 was a good start, and I think this does like a boost to say, you know what, this is actually good. So yeah, look out for part 3 soon, guys. So I might either do today, because I'm already working on it. I'm already working on part 3, and if depending on how things go, I might be able to upload it sometime later today or tomorrow. Again, it all depends, or probably during the week, next week, that is. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, and I mean, you know, look out for part 3 soon, because trust me, I want to get rid of this series because I still have part 2 of Discipline to talk about. I know I talked about it in the first episode in the last video. If you guys missed it, I did say that somewhere along the lines with some of the episodes, because trust me, it's a lot. And also Discipline 0, that is what I was talking about too, but I will do a separate video on that and do my full reviews on that as well, so look out for that. But anyways, thank you so much, have a good one, and peace out. Oh, and don't forget to hit that notification bell for more content.